Yeah. This next season, there was some big announcement. I don't understand. Kim and I have been saying this for weeks. Like, we kind of figured it out. But like Danielle Cabral, one of the newbies, is full time. Rachel Fuda, one of the newbies, is full time. We have Jen Fessler, who's a friend of. We have Jackie Goldschneider, who's a friend of. So, I mean, we're set for this season. It is going to feel like a new era of RHONJ by the end of the show. That's like they said, when you're ready to turn and you have the new cast members, they're not the ones that are necessarily going anywhere if they deliver. And like I heard I heard Danielle really delivers, and so does Rachel. So like by the end of it, it's gonna feel like we're gonna have these two new young 31 and 34, girl. 31
Wow.
and yeah.
So this is fascinating. This has been to your theory that they're trying to go younger. They're trying to go more relatable. So, supposedly inspirational, although I don't know if that quote really came from the production company or from Bravo. Seems like a huge dig to everybody that has built this franchise, but fascinating. Don't you think they're using this as a little bit of a testing ground, seeing how those women test and then how New York could potentially play out?
Yeah. Now look, New Jersey, and my sources, I've talked to some very reliable people over the weekend. Slow down, everybody. Don't expect New Jersey. You want, because like all these Dumois and all this tea that gets spilled. We talk actual facts here. My sources, which are pretty reliable, February. So let's slow down. All these people were DMing me, because this is what I talk about with Kim on the, are they going to rush out New Jersey? No, just like I said all along, Salt Lake is next. And after Salt Lake, which we're going to talk about in a second, is going to be our girls from Potomac. So Jersey is still slated for February. Could that change? Sure. Right now, I can tell you from a and you could read into that any way you want, reliable source, that it is not a cast member. That it is going to be February. So look, I think Dorinda would be great on the New Jersey Housewives. I think she would get herself a condo there if she got hired. I don't think it's going to happen, but I mean, I think Dorinda Medley could hold her own with, Teresa, and Dorinda loves Teresa. So I bet you she ain't coming for Teresa. And she also loves Margaret.
Does Teresa need backup at this point? I mean, she's got Jennifer.
Danielle. She has Danielle. She has Danielle Cabral. Danielle is in Camp Teresa.
You say no. I want it, but okay, keep going. Then I will have another question about New Jersey for you.
Okay, and then we'll talk about Potomac for a second.
Yeah. I wanted to know if you had inside scoop about Margaret Josephs, and Joe passing, not her Joe, the one that Jan, her ex-husband, Jan Josephs, who kind of suddenly passed away, 74 years old. Do you know the cause of death? Do you have inside information? This just happened. I'm reading this statement as of yesterday.
It just happened. Yeah. Jan, I say Jan because that's just what I call him. It's funny because I got a text last night from Page Six being like, could you add anything on this? Like, did you know him? I love that I get calls from like publications that they just know I'm friends with Margaret. First of all, listen, I got no negative impression from Page Six. I don't think they're not, they pushed the limit there, but I don't think they were going to do some smear piece. I think they were just going to do some like tribute piece, but I'm like, listen, in no world is there going to be a quote from David Yontef from Behind the Velvet Rope as Margaret's friend about this person who passed away. I'm like, you should probably just contact Margaret. You know how to get in touch with her. If she wants this article out there, she'll give you a quote. But again, I don't think there was any ill intentions, but I'm like, I'm not speaking on this. Are you fucking kidding me? I was like on a social media detox all weekend because there's so much shit going on. So that's kind of when Page Six, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I went on Instagram and then I texted Margaret and I texted Margaret Sr. Listen, I'm not going to say anything on it other than, it's a real loss. This is like, Margaret is like a example of like a blended family. Like they're divorced, but he was part of the family. So
no, wait, just for everybody. And of course I get lost in all this. So Jan, her Joe that she's with now, she cheated on Jan with Joe, right? So Jan's the one she cheated on with allegedly.
Technically, I believe she was with Jan when she met Joe. That is correct.
Okay. And we have never seen, Margaret has one biological son, right? Correct, with Jan?
I cannot answer any questions on anything, but here's the deal.
All right, I read all this.
It
from
is
the
truly,
article.
well, I'm glad is this the page 6 article? Well, there
No,
you
this
go.
is Reality Burb. And it
Oh.
says that we spoke every day, Josephs continued, of Jan, the father. This is according to the article, the father of her only child, a son. Jan was an amazing father, grandfather, friend, partner to his girlfriend. He loved everyone unconditionally. He loved Motown. So I just have never seen Margaret's son. And I always hear about the stepkids that she's no longer close with. So I was like, wait a minute. She has a
Well,
biological son?
that's what I think. Yes, Jennifer says all this stuff. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a loss. I mean, when someone, whether you're married to them or not, passes, right? And they're, first of all, if you were married to someone, like it's tough. So you just reminded me I need to send something over there today. You
Okay. Well,
literally just
anyway,
reminded me of this.
there you go.
But she posted and it's like, listen, 2021 was not the best year. 2020 was a miserable fucking year. And now we have 2022, which has been a better year, but so many people I know are just going through it this year. Like really.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about Potomac, because that is, I don't know when, but like I've been saying, Potomac is back after Salt Lake. So Salt Lake is the 27th of September. We have Potomac. I don't know for sure about this one. I checked some sources. I think Potomac is going to be like October.
Oh my God. And can you even wait? Same cast. Although I hear our girl, Katie Ross, is going to make more appearances, which is very fascinating to me because I thought she was excommunicated for mental health reasons, but they allege in the blogs she's coming back, and so is Charisse Jordan. And you guys all remember,
but is coming back. Like, here are the official friends. I think it's like you appear in a scene, and now each of these respective ladies are going to do as much press around this as possible. No shade, girls. To try to get their names out there or whatever. But I read the same thing, that they are going to be a part of it, at least in scenes. I'm shocked about Katie as well, I'll be honest. Did you see that thing about Charisse that, like, here's the thing, like, just, you know how I feel about thirst. So the thing I read about Charisse, and I don't know if this is true because I haven't confirmed it, is that she comes in guns a-blazing for the Grand Dame. And the Grand Dame is just like, yeah, sweetie, like, good luck. Like, this is a one-sided feud is what I read between Charisse and the Grand Dame. And it implied to me that Charisse is trying for her camera time.
I mean, I give Charisse credit. I am surprised how much Charisse has continued to appear on that show with them. I really am, because I'm trying to think of any memorable moments or scenes with Charisse. I mean, truly the last thing I remember was when she was on whatever season 1 or season 2, and she had the champagne closet or something like that. To me, was the most memorable thing. And Charisse has been on my podcast. She's very, very nice. I did a live podcast show in Washington, D.C. several years ago at DC Improv. She was another one, like Ashley Darby, one of the first people to give me a chance to come on my live show. We sold tickets, the whole deal. So she was pretty amazing. But I'm fascinated how she keeps showing up, because I don't see how she kind of pushes the storyline forward or has these like memorable moments, but maybe I'm completely wrong.
I just think Bravo is on this thing of like, nostalgia at its best. I mean, and when we get to franchises, like same thing with Dallas, if Dallas were still on, when we get to like a Dallas or a Potomac, like, as Giselle has pointed out many times when she's been on this podcast, like, we have a mostly OG show. Or even like you throw in Candy Gal has been there for, like, we don't have as many changes in Potomac, which is neither good nor bad. It's just a fact. So if you want to go for nostalgia, you got to go for the OG, like Charisse or Miss Katie Roast.
I love it.
Right. It's good. And by the way, I mean, just going back to the Dorinda thing for a second, I don't think it's going to happen, but like, this Taylor thing does open the floodgates. I don't think they're going to be wide open. I still think Cynthia Bailey on Beverly Hills makes the most sense to me out of anything else that comes to the top of my mind. Dorinda on New Jersey, just it makes so much sense.